Voice Your Vote coverage ahead of tomorrow's election. The one race everyone will see on their ballot is for state Supreme Court. Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Janet Protasewicz is facing former Justice Dan Kelly to fill the seat of retiring state Supreme Court Justice Pat Roggensack. A lot of money and a lot of national attention on this race, as it will determine majority control of the state's highest court, with high-profile issues on the horizon. Our Jason Zimmerman has been following this race this entire time. So Jason, what did the candidates do today? Where were they today here in the state?
Yeah, the candidates are definitely holding last-minute events. This is the time for that final push to make sure that all their supporters get out and vote starting on Tuesday morning. Now, very different scenarios, though, here. I'm going to start with Janet Protasewicz.
Okay.
She has actually been off the campaign trail the past few days. She tweeted that she's been sick, so she's had to have a number of supporters step in and fill the role of going out and holding these events in her absence. Over the weekend, she had one event where former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder showed up on her behalf.
Okay.
Today you had Justice Rebecca Dallett show up at an event in the Milwaukee area to kind of energize her base down there. On the other end of things, Daniel Kelly, he's been really crisscrossing the state today. He started his day in Alloway, where he spoke to supporters at the Brown County GOP headquarters. From there, he went on to Wausau, he went up to Superior, and then he's making his way down to La Crosse, to Janesville tonight, and he's going to wrap everything up with an event or a rally in the Waukesha area this evening. I'm told that's right around 8 o'clock. And then, of course, both candidates will plan to vote tomorrow morning, and you know, we'll see if they have some additional comments to make too when they cast those ballots.
Sure. And speaking of voting, what does voter turnout kind of look like right now? As you mentioned, this race holds a lot of weight here in the state for the future of Wisconsin.
Yeah, voter turnout will be the thing to watch tomorrow night, and it all depends on where those voters turn out. I shouldn't say Democrats, because this is a nonpartisan race, but liberals in the state, and it's clearly, you know, there is clearly partisan politics at play here, but liberals really need a good showing in the Madison area. If they can run up those numbers the way they did in the February primary, that is really good news for Protasewicz. Meanwhile, Kelly's going to need a good turnout in the Bow counties, you know, Brown, Outagamie, Winnebago, and he's going to need to make sure that people turn out in those wild counties as well, and to bring back some of those women voters that might have been turned off by this abortion message. Now, I will also say I spoke to the clerk down in the city of Oshkosh this afternoon, and I wanted to know about, you know, what we've seen for, you know, absentee voting the past few weeks. She tells me the in-person numbers in the city of Oshkosh were right around 1,050, and she says that's triple the number from last year. Also, 4,500 absentee ballots were requested. That number is double from last year. So if those numbers are any indication of what we might expect tomorrow when people actually show up at the polls, we could see a really good turnout. Again, the entire country is watching the outcome of this race, with the you know, the fate and the control of the Supreme Court likely at stake here for deciding a number of key issues as we look forward.
All right, our eyes will be on it too. Thanks so much, Jason.
You bet.